AEW, triple A. Oh my God! Thank God for AEW. Thank God for Triple A. Roman beats Jade Fatu. Wasn't surprised. Wasn't expecting anything less. I thought the match, after the whole walking around Attitude Era style match, I thought they had a great match at the last 15 minutes. I thought it was really solid. But I didn't bite on anything because I knew Roman was going to win, because WWE has proven that they're not going to push any new stars. So I wasn't expecting Jade Fatu to win, and he didn't win. So therefore, I wasn't really emotionally invested in it. And plus, the storyline and the story they're telling is completely ass backwards, to where I was going to do a video, but I just said, I told myself that WWE does not deserve, nor just, it doesn't deserve my time, to where I was going to make a video to where watching Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns fans / WWE fans is like watching MAGA, because the ideology of Roman Reigns is so ass backwards. It's unbelievable to me how he's a babyface, as he's an authoritarianism, as he's entitled, as he's privileged, as he's literally establishment. He literally does whatever he wants. He tells everyone that he's bigger and better than everyone. Nobody is above him. He's above everyone. His peers, the company, the fans, nobody matters. His family doesn't even matter, yet he gets cheered. Jade Fatu, who's literally saying, I want to do this for my family. I'm not even doing this for any vain pride or anything like that. I literally am doing this for my family, yet he's the one that is somehow in the wrong. And now he's going to have to acknowledge Roman Reigns. Jade Fatu, who was a killer, and he already went through this with Solo. He was a killer. 2 years removed. Now you're going to make him just a lackey to Roman in the Usos now. It just all ripped the way Jake was calling, Jacob. It's like, wow, this is what we're doing with Jacob freaking Fatu, bro. We're really doing this with Jacob Fatu. It's mind-boggling to me. You would take that type of talent, and now we're going to do this year-long story to where I guess Jacob is finally going to get his comeuppance, unlike Jay. Because when you think about it, I was really thinking about it, I'm like, nobody has ever beaten Roman in tribal combat. Not Solo, not Jay. None of his family members have ever beaten him. And so Jacob would be the first person to do it. And of course he doesn't. I'm guessing they might do it next year. I'm guessing that's the overall goal here. They want to kind of do a Sami Zayn type of thing. But I'm like, I can't believe you're doing this with Jacob Fatu, bro. Like, he is a killer. We're going to neuter him. Like, we're going to neuter him. It's like, I'm not even shocked. I'm just like, wow, this is what we're doing. And I don't know what the whole Solo thing is. I really don't care. I'm not watching it. But I just find it fascinating. Like, wow, this is what we're doing with Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu could be a world champion today. And Roman, I think I saw in a clip, because I don't watch weekly, I saw in a clip where Roman telling Adam Pearce, by the way, Adam Pearce is literally just slobbing, glazing Roman. Like, he's literally, Roman is the boss. Again, I don't understand how this guy's being cheered, but he's literally the boss. And he gets told, he tells everyone what to do. I literally don't understand it. But he's telling Adam Pearce, well, if Jacob Fatu wins, there'll be chaos and who knows what's going to happen. And it's like, yeah, that's why I would love to see what Jacob Fatu as champion will look like, because it might actually force WWE to do something unpredictable and maybe make the weekly shows watchable. But of course, they're not going to do that. So that's why I'm like, oh, well, he's definitely not winning now, because WWE doesn't want to do anything outside of the normal bloodline lore bullshit. So I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. And so, yeah, Jacob Fatu loses. I guess my educated guess is he's going to finally overcome Roman Reigns next year at WrestleMania and get his big win, whether that's for the title or whatever. Don't care. It doesn't matter anymore. Where do you want to go next? You want to go Oba? I'll leave Oba and Brock last. That's probably going to be my least emotional I'm going to be, actually, which is funny. Gunther and Cody. Poor Gunther and poor Cody. Gunther, who retired Goldberg, AJ Styles, tapped out John Cena, is now losing. I don't care about his foot on the rope. You had him lose. And it's just amazing to me, how do you ruin a guy like Gunther, who went 666 days as IC champion, has only been pinned before this, I think, 3 times. Was it Sammy, CM Punk, Jey Uso? I think it's the only people that have pinned in Cody. He's only been pinned 4 times in like 4 years, and yet you have him lose in this fashion. And the reason why I'm like poor Cody is because if you are a non-Cody Rhodes fan, why would you ever want Cody Rhodes to be champion? His matches are either boring, not his matches. His feuds are either boring or just a bunch of nonsense. And of course, they do a bunch of nonsense because you don't want to beat Gunther clean, but they can't have Cody lose. Now, why we can't have Cody lose, I don't know. But that's where we are. And I have an idea why they didn't have Cody lose, because I have a feeling I know what they're about to do. But I'm like, bruh, Cody, it's just like, man, like, imagine if they put an ounce of care into Cody Rhodes' title reigns as they do Roman Reigns. And even in the past 6 weeks, like, look at the care they put in Roman Reigns. They make sure Roman Reigns looks like he's the top guy. He's the end all be all. Nobody's above him. They don't do that with Cody at all. And it's like time and time again, they have neutered Cody Rhodes to where his matches are, again, either ending a weird up finish, weird stories. Like, where's that adversary? Where is that? I was going to write about this too. I might still do it. To where, like, Cody, if he had like an adversary, like a Vince McMahon or a Vicky Guerrero, somebody to rail against or rally against, his feuds would be so much more interesting than just proving that he's a better wrestler. Like, that gets boring after a while. And even the whole people turning on him is going to get boring after a while. Like, I like what they're doing with Sammy, but it's like, whatever. Like, we already, it's just whatever. It's intriguing, but it's just like, whatever. So yeah, we're I think they had the least amount of time outside of Rock and Oba. It's your WWE Championship match. It's opening the show, and I think they got maybe like 13 minutes, which their Crown Jewel match had 25 minutes. I'm like, what? Like, what? If we were going to do this, you might as well not even have the match. You might as well just made it a 4-match card and get everybody more time. Like, this is your WWE champion, and he can't even get 15. It's like, part of me is like, man, what did Cody do to the management to where he's booked like this? It is so frustrating as a Cody Rhodes fan to see him booked like this. It's like, I do not understand. Even though his first title reign wasn't perfect, at least they made it feel like he was important and special. Like, they don't even do that no more. But yeah, Gunther loses. Again, I don't care about the foot under the rope. Like, if you were going to do that, at least make the match 10 minutes longer. At least 10 minutes longer, so that it doesn't feel like we got robbed. Because that's what it felt like. It felt like we got robbed because the match was shorter than what a title match should be. It's like, I don't get that. But again, I have a feeling I know why they did it. I don't understand why we had Gunther go after the title if he wasn't going to win it. You could have just had him face Sammy and did the story that you're doing anyway. It's just like, you didn't need to beat Gunther, because I'm almost positive I know where they're going. But yeah, it's unfortunate. They had a very solid match though, but it just wasn't to the standard of what for a PLE, as well as it wasn't the standard for a WWE Championship match. Solo Becky, I think, is probably the no, I ain't gonna say that. I was gonna say nah. So and Becky had a very great match. They had, I don't know why we didn't just do this at Saturday's main event. Why didn't we just do that there? Like, you could have did this match you did today, a Saturday's main event, and it would have had the same effect. The crowd wouldn't have been as into it, but still, like, why didn't we just do that then? And didn't give Liv Morgan a match as she's your world champion. I don't understand that. But Liv, I think was in the audience. It was like, whatever. But yeah, Soul Becky had a very, very solid match. I think there's been a lot of talk about Soul and maybe she's not standing up to the plate because of her botches. I'm like, the problem is you don't do house shows, even though that they're starting to do it for the summer. You don't do house shows. Your stars barely wrestle. You can't, Solo is very athletic. She needs timing. She needs timing. A lot of her moveset is about timing. When you don't have the reps, like she would in NXT because she's wrestling every week, you lose that timing. And also you have other superstars that you're in there with, that you're normally not in there with, that also is going to affect your timing. So I'm not going to get mad at Soul because she doesn't hit her finisher the way she's supposed to, but it's like it's all about timing. She needs to get the reps in, but I'm not worried about it. I do think this was the right call. Again, they had a very solid match. I think Becky, I'm like, hopefully, she can't even do that because Liv is a heel. And I doubt they're going to do her and Rhea. So I have no idea what you do with Becky at this point. But maybe they will do her and Rhea. Now that I think about it, they might actually do that based on what happened in Rhea versus Jade. But again, yeah, I think they had the second best match of the night. I'm really happy that they pulled the trigger because it seems like I'm like, you have 4 title matches. No way you don't pull the trigger. Was it 4 or 5? Was every match a title match? Yeah, every match was a title match, right? Yeah, so you have 5 title matches. At least one got to change. Like that would be insane. No, not only have 4. You have 4 title matches. One has to change. And I'm like, and I will put a money on it. I'm like, if one title match is going to change, it's going to be the title that doesn't, in the grand scheme of things, mean anything. So I'm like, okay, of course that's going to be the match that's going to change. So I'm glad at least put a trigger on Soul. Again, you could have did this last week. I don't know why you had to wait a week and did that despicable 2-minute match, whatever. But that's what they do. They can't just pull the trigger on something. Which again, we're gonna get to that with Oba and Brock. But Jade and Rhea, let me just say this right now. All that Jade can wrestle, we can end that right now. Her and Rhea had a hell of a match. It was better than what they did at WrestleMania, and I was actually very surprised about what they did at WrestleMania. So I'm very, very impressed with what Rhea and Jade did, no matter if they had real life heat or if it was all just BS or whatever. I'm so happy that they had the match they did here. Again, because it not only solidifies that Jade, when her number is called, she can get the job done in the ring. And also Rhea, I was kind of worried about her because sometimes she can be hit or miss for me. But it seems like her and Jade have very good chemistry. I think this match, this felt like if you would told me this was the main event, I would have believed you. It had a certain feel to it, which is weird because the build to this match hasn't really been much of nothing. It's been more about Jade and Charlotte than Jade and Rhea, but something about this match, they really told a great story of Jade dominating most of it, counter, and Rhea was able to eventually fight back. And you had Michin and B-Fab try to interfere and almost ruined the finish because Jade, I think, was too far away from the ropes and B-Fab couldn't reach her leg. So that almost was ruined. So Jade kind of had to pull her own leg onto the rope. So that was funny. But Charlotte gets involved and helps Rhea avenging her sis in Alexa, who Jade beat. And Rhea beats Jade, which even though I wanted Jade to win, I wasn't mad at it all because it tells a great story that you continue the feud between Charlotte and Jade, which should happen, I would think, at worst SummerSlam. I'm not sure. I think that's probably where they're leading to, but I'm not particularly sure. But they did a hell of a job of continuing that thread that you will hope is leading to somewhere. But yes, Rhea, I have no idea who her next opponent is going to be. It may be JC Jane. But yeah, I really am impressed. They were able to beat Jade and keep her strong. Like kind of what I think they were doing with Oba, but in a different way. But yeah, because Charlotte interfered, you still kind of have an excuse for Jade. Now I have no idea, again, what exactly they're going to do. Part of me is like, are they going to do a match at Night of Champions? Do they do do they both go to the finals and do like the Queen of Ring thing? Or like, I have no idea. I think for sure they have that match at SummerSlam or at Evolution if they do it in July. But again, I'm very impressed with what they did here with Rhea and Jade. I just hope they're able to follow up, which I have no faith they're going to, but we'll see. But now let's Oba and Brock. I have no thoughts, honestly. I expected nothing less. Again, if watching this product over the past 2 years, if anything has taught you, if they taught you anything, is that don't trust anybody with momentum to win. They do not do that. They don't do that. If you have any momentum, you will not win. And so that's what happens here. I don't know if the original plan was for it to be a trilogy. I don't know what the original plan was. To think that there are people out there that are like, oh my God, it made Oba stay strong and And I'm like, first of all, for someone that watched Brock in his prime, which is 02 to 04, who actually had competitive matches and didn't spam his finishers and his signatures. First of all, the match was whatever. It was blah. Like, it was nothing. That's one. Two, if you're going to beat Oba, I think the best way to keep Oba strong is to have Brock cheat. I think you easily could have did an Undertaker here. When Undertaker could not defeat Brock in 2015, he low-blowed him to finally get an advantage. That's what should have happened here. Brock should have low-blowed or kicked Oba to get an advantage to win. That should have been the finish here. But Oba losing clean, like, it doesn't keep him strong at all. Like, Roman kicked out of like 5-6 F5s at 34. He didn't stay strong. People still was like whatever to him. So yeah, I don't get it. I think I know where they're going though. I think the path to Oba and Brock is Brock probably challenges Cody at Night of Champions. They might even do a triple threat of Cody versus Gunther versus Brock at Night of Champions. Brock gets the title off of Cody. Oba wins King of the Ring. Oba versus Brock for the title in Minneapolis, where Oba officially properly retires Brock at SummerSlam. I think that's what's going to happen, and Oba becomes a new champion, because they said, well, we're not going to have Roman get beat, so we'll have. I think they said they're going to have Brock win the title and drop the title to Oba, which it makes sense on paper. It's just the way you go about it. Like, you didn't need to have Brock fake a retirement again if that was in the plans. You didn't need to do that in order to get to this point. I think you could have easily had Oba win still and have Brock injure Oba. So, like, there's so many different things you could have did. But again, I know a lot of people are like, well, it keeps Oba strong. He kicked out of 6 F5s and he was going to get beat regardless. I'm like, bro, the story of who was going to dethrone Oba, you could have told a year, 2 years, 3 years. Look at what it did with Gunther. You mean to tell me you could have did the same thing with Oba? Look at what he did with Roman. You could have did the same thing with Oba. It's just like, they're allergic to pushing stars. Like Brock, the issue is Brock didn't need it at all, and it just Never fails. It's like, he didn't need a streak, beat it. Didn't need to beat Kofi in 8 seconds, did it. He didn't need to win Money in the Bank, did it. He didn't need, like, he just, it's remarkable what they give Brock. Like, it's remarkable, bro. Like, why would you retire when they hand you everything? You don't need to have a 5-star match. You can just spam your finishers, spam German suplexes, get your money and go home. Never have to do promos, never have to do interviews, never have to go on the road, never have to. It's like, why would you, if you're Brock, why would you ever have to put in effort? Because he never does. Yeah, so that's disappointing. For people that actually had faith that they were gonna, like, it is what it is. So yeah, I'm guessing it's Oba Brock 3 SummerSlam for the title. But yeah, that's where we are. Again, thank God for AEW. Thank God for AAA. I can't wait to talk about AAA, that main event. Holy. But yeah, it just, WE, man, just, they're allergic. If you'd have told me Vince is back, I will believe you. I will believe you. Like, if you're under the age of 40, you're not allowed to be a top guy. You have to get beat first. Like, I know Oba's going to probably win at SummerSlam, but he didn't have to get beat. I know Gunther is eventually going to probably get Cody, but he didn't have to get beat. Like, I know Jade is, it is what it is, man. It is whatever. But again, thank God for AEW, bruh.